Been a while since I've done a fencing video, and I've done some updates. We have a new boar coming here soon. Picking him up Friday night. So this piece of what I'd left as yard, we just decided to fence in. I have went around it just to keep him from beating up the side of my shed we just redid. That's our feed shed. So generally you would tie your corners, but with not running high tensile, I'm not pulling enough to pull posts. I still put spreaders on top. I didn't get that one in, but this was a shed I got. A customer wanted me to tear it down, and structurally it was okay, so I had it hauled home for 150 bucks. Had enough metal left around from the barn. Nicole and I wrapped it in tin to match everything else. I have two freezers in there that we, old chest freezers we keep feed in. So the first time we did all the fencing, this was our original farrowing pen. You can see Heart in there eating out of her feeder. These work pretty well. They're just a cut out 55-gallon drum. I don't know if you can quite see her head. There you go. Water barrels with nipples. And then last year I put power to all of them. That's Pua. I put power to all these for heaters. There's her babies all sleeping. So last year we added these two farrowing pens. And then down here we split off a smaller pen for Sam, which is plenty big for him by himself. Take this down over the hill, you can see. And this is where we keep the feeders and sows. There's 4 in here. They're all eating from their feeders. That's their hut. So you can see that's a pretty big lot there. Then that big L-shaped out there is where Hank usually stays. Now what I did, these aisleways work really well. If I need to move anybody row to row or pen to pen, my gates swing to touch the other side. Now, originally I had these bigger ones in, and I can still bring I have a subcompact boat, I can still bring it in here and swing it into these pens, but I don't really have a reason to get a big tractor in these anymore, I've found. So these guys are all doing really well. These are all available. They were born on 9/8/22. They are Pepper by Bandit. Hank enjoying breakfast. There's his hut. But I made it so, now I gotta stone this in here like I did my other one. But I made it so I can come out, I don't get in the mud in the morning when I feed. I can walk everybody pen to pen. All I do is take this gate and put it across this opening here, and I can walk them anywhere in between. All my farrowing pens have A-frames. I've shared the video building these, and I believe Jody has as well. They are 8x8 at the base, and they're 4 foot to the peak. These are mostly built out of stuff I had around. They're very, very cheap to build if you don't. It takes 4 sheets of tin. 1, 2, 3, 4 2x6 10s, 1 2x6 8, and 4 4x4 8s, and a bunch of screws. All the ends, now I got where it's open there, I'm going to close those up for the winter just to slow the draft down, but it hasn't really gotten cold here yet, so I have to put feed and water stations in here for our new boar, Arlo. He's a George line. I got to put a piece of hog fence across there. I got to go to the neighbor and grab it. She gave me a piece. And I got to finish hooking my hot wires up, which I have to bury from here across to there. I started using this underground with these clamps. Now you might hear in the background a few spots making a snapping sound. Those are spots where there are splices, and there's one spot yet I haven't done an underground at a fence, and that's where it's snapping because we had a little bit of rain last night. So yep, it's snapping right there. So by going to the underground with those clamps has pretty well gotten rid of my connection issues. Now those of you that haven't seen these are 4x10 concrete slats out of a freestall barn. I've acquired quite a few of these. The hard part with them is just moving them. They're heavy. They're about 1,500 pounds a piece. But I try to put them everywhere I have feed and water, and as you can see, I don't have a mess because I hate messes. I like things to be as clean as possible, and the less mess I have, the better. So the pens you see, I've basically had someone in them continually. They're not worn really bad, but I try to shuffle out to the larger pen when possible. So we're in the process of adding some more property. So down over the hill here, we're gonna probably have to add another big pasture, but that's all in due time. So I hope you enjoyed the update. I know there's always questions about fencing, feeders, water barrels. These are all very low maintenance for me, very easy to take care of. I did find with this white wire, these work well for inside corners. Make sure you spin the base of them back till they touch the post. I use these black ones in between. They do break them off once in a while. But then my outside corners and my ends, I use these heavy ones because they don't bend or break. So I just bring my wire back around. I use those couplings I showed you on the buried wire, and then I tape them. That keeps the end of them from marking where the little tail sticks out at.